Hello everybody and welcome back to Drinks and a Movie with Chris Hamker. Today I'll be talking about In the Heart of the Sea, directed by Ron Howard and starring Chris Hemsworth, and we'll be making the drink the Blue Whale. I didn't want to make the drink the Sperm Whale because that had a ingredient that I really wasn't interested in putting in my drink. Which is, coconut rum. You guys are dirty. Alright, anyway. So, let's get to the drink because you should always do the drink first. The Blue Whale. The Blue Whale consists of vodka, 1 part vodka, 1 part Blue Curacao, 1 part pineapple juice, 1 part orange juice, and finally 1 part sweet and sour mix. All 1 part, 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Right. So, alright, here we go. 1 part Blue Curacao. One part vodka, 1 part pineapple juice. I guess it's supposed to be kind of tropical and sort of, of the sea, of the traveler, of the 1 part orange juice, and finally 1 part sour mix. Alright. There we go. All put into a shaker with crushed ice. We're going to put this on there and shake it on up. Shake, shake, shake the whale. Shake it in the shaker. Alright. Pop that off. That on there, and we'll pour it into a glass. I like to use these glasses because they look cool. So as you can see, it has this kind of nice kind of sea foamy look to it. It's blue whale, bluish, blue green. For the sea, for the whale. Cheers everybody. Let's see how this tastes. Not bad. It's kind of, and I didn't put any coconut in it, but I guess the mixture of all of them kind of made it coconutty. It's a little coconutty. It's good, it's light, it's fresh, it's cold. It'd be good on a nice long cruise. Maybe a whaling cruise. Alright, so let's get to the meat of this thing. We're talking about In the Heart of the Sea, directed by Ron Howard, starring Chris Hemsworth. And this is the story about how Herman Melville got his inspiration to write Moby Dick. And it's not just in the credits that you know this. It actually starts out as a frame story of Herman Melville, Ben Whishaw from the James Bond movies playing Q. Ben Whishaw plays actually Herman Melville going to this old, sea dog that owns a hotel in Nantucket. Played by Brendan Gleeson, to hear the story of First Officer, let me get this right, First Officer Owen Chase and his captain, who's played by Chris Hemsworth, and the captain, played by Benjamin Walker. Brendan Gleeson's character is this young, teenager in the movie, and he survived this whole ordeal. Anyway, so it's Melville going to talk to this guy and, paying him to tell his story that he doesn't want to tell because it's a hard thing to talk about. It's a very harrowing story, but that's how the story starts. And like I said, it stars Chris Hemsworth, Thor, the mighty Thor. Chris Hemsworth, I was going to make some joke about how he's the better looking Hemsworth. God bless you, Liam. Or the better Hemsworth, however you want to put it. Until I saw this movie, Chris Hemsworth, God bless him, went to the Mayor Quimby School of Nantucket, Massachusetts, New England accents. It was not good. He was like JFK at one point, and then nothing the other point, and then a little bit of Thor in there, a little bit of, and it was all over the place, and he struggled with it. God bless him. And it's not an easy accent to do, not at all. I mean, it's very hard to not make it cartoony. which he kind of did a little bit, and that that kind of was the first thing I noticed. So this movie's not great. I'm a little disappointed, and the reason I say disappointed is not because I couldn't wait for the next Moby Dick movie. I really, I mean, great. Who cares? Moby Dick's a great novel, but I wasn't like, fiending for another live action Moby Dick. The reason why I'm disappointed is that, Ron Howard, Hemsworth, the cast, Cillian Murphy's in it, Tom Holland. Tom Holland plays the young Brendan Gleeson, who's the new Spider-Man. He's very good in it. But the movie itself was just kind of, there's like, it's a little boring. There's no character development at all. I mean, even with the main character, the first mate Chase, played by Hemsworth, it's kind of cliche cookie cutter first mate, and pulling himself out of, like, he's not born into being a captain like the actual captain, and he had to, he was called Land Dog the entire time, and blah blah blah. I mean, who cares? But it just wasn't developed. There wasn't any story behind it. There wasn't any meat to this guy, and he's the main character. So you got to know that all the rest of the characters were kind of left behind, from there. So no character development. The scenes on the water just looked artificial. They looked like they were in front of a green screen. This is like 2005 visual effects, and it was really surprising to me. I mean, you take a movie that was made years ago, I would say like 10 years ago, Master and Commander, Far Side of the World with Russell Crowe. They were actually out on the water filming this stuff. And this, it didn't look like they were out on the water at all. I mean, maybe once or twice, but it all looked like just behind green screen and just so artificial. Also, as a side note, I gotta say, there's an actor in there who almost single-handedly ruined Fear of the Walking Dead. It's this little offshoot series from The Walking Dead. It's an actor by the name of Frank Delane. He's in this movie, and he's still a terrible actor. I'm just talking to like movie producers and casting directors right now. Please don't cast this guy anymore. I feel like he was the nephew of somebody at some point, and he just keeps getting roles. He's not good. I don't blame him. I don't, because I think it's just people around him who are not telling him the truth. I blame like his friends and family. So please don't cast this guy anymore. Not good. He's in this, and he's terrible again. He's such an overactor, and he just seems out of place all the time. And he really took me out of some scenes, and I hate that. So. Yeah, no character development. The scenes on the boat are just, it seemed artificial, and there wasn't any kind of realism to them. I guess they built some of the boat, but everything else around them looked like green screen to me, and it was just so strange. The effects of all the whaling were superb, and it seems like they put all their money into that, which, rightfully so. It's about, whales attacking a boat, or one whale attacking a boat, and that visual effects were really good, but everything around that was just kind of half-assed, or they didn't have the budget for it. I don't know what it was, but it just was not good. So excuse me a second. This is actually quite drinkable. It's pretty good. And from the magic of TV, another, look at that. So long and short of it, Ron Howard, it seems like he didn't get the budget this time, and I don't know why. I love Ron Howard. He made Willow and Apollo 13, Beautiful Mind. So many great movies that I was very excited for this. And Chris Hemsworth, I like Chris Hemsworth. It's Thor, he's cool, sure, whatever. This one just didn't hit the mark. So, to wrap it up, I'm going to give it a oh god, a 2 drinks out of 5. I was not impressed. I was fairly disappointed. You know what would have been a more interesting story was the story between Melville and this other young character who's now grown up telling the story. That story seemed more interesting. Caitlin Stark played the woman who played Caitlin Stark played Brendan Gleeson's wife in it, and that was more interesting than the stuff we saw on the ship. I mean, no character development. Cillian Murphy was on the boat with Chris Hemsworth. Great performance, but I know nothing about the character. Apparently, he might have been an alcoholic, or he just didn't, like alcohol. You don't know. You're never told. You don't know, and there's nothing to back up any of their actions, and just very disappointing. I say skip this. I mean, it's a big grand movie, but I mean, there's nothing behind it. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to click the subscribe button down here if you like this. I'll have plenty more coming up. Star Wars is coming up. So excited about that. And quick question for you guys: what is your favorite movie that's like set out on the ocean, on the water? Has like water as the main setting? I think. Oh god, there's so many. I think mine's Master and Commander. It's just I could watch that over and over again. It's such a great movie. Anyway. Cheers, everybody. Have a drink on me. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.